The Educator Effectiveness Committee meeting will come to order. Roll call, please.
Dr. Bofi? Present. Dr. Bofi is present. Mr. Davis?
Present.
Mr. Davis is present. Mr. is present. Mr. Garvey? Mr. Garvey is not present. Ms. Holloway?
Present.
Ms. Holloway is present. Dr. Jones? Dr. Jones is present.
Present.
Ms. Lewis?
I'm
Ms. Lewis is present. Ms. Orange Jones? Ms. Orange Jones is not present. Mr. Rock? Mr. Rock is not present. Dr. Thomason? Dr. Thomason is not present. Ms. Vautier? Ms. Vautier is not present. You have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd like to take a moment of privilege to recognize out in the audience a couple of my old Army buddies there. They've come to take me back. Thank you. No, not unless they take one armed man. I'm going to be hanging on to the doorknob. All right. First item, please.
Your consent agenda is ready for approval.
May I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, Ms. Bofi made the motion and Ms. Evanson made the second. Is there any objection to the motion? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Your first item is on page 10, item 3.1, consideration of proposals for the Early Childhood Ancillary Certificate Program, Baton Rouge Community College, Louisiana Children's Research Center for Development and Learning, and On Track by 5 Alliance. The department recommendation is to approve.
Have a motion from Ms. Bofi and a second from Ms. Holloway. Is there? Okay, we have some cards that wish to speak on this. Please come to the table as we call your name. Miss Amy Poirier, and I know I butchered that, and Miss Paula Granger. Please come to the table. Amy, how bad did I butcher your last name?
Perfect.
Oh, okay.
I was impressed. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Good morning. My name is Amy Poirier. I'm the Early Childhood Coordinator for the Center for Development and Learning. We're here to present our CDA Cornerstones program. Cornerstones is a multifaceted teacher preparation program and also a skill building program that is designed with the goal of improving child outcomes through the facilitation of high-quality learning opportunities within optimal learning environments. We have worked with teachers, child care directors, district administrators, and community network leaders to design a program that focuses on removing the barriers that early childhood teachers typically face when teaching full-time and working to advance their early childhood preparation and teaching careers.
Any questions, board members? All right, next.
All right, good morning. My name is Paula Granger. I am the Child Care Resource and Referral Agency CCR&R Supervisor for Lafayette Parish. So I'm just going to kind of take you through a little bit of our journey so far. We have, On Track by 5 has partnered with the Lafayette Parish Network, which includes all Type 3 centers, our Head Starts and Early Head Start programs, Lafayette Parish School System, and the NSECD program. We've also partnered with University of Florida's Early Childhood Department, who developed and aligned coursework to meet the Louisiana Early Learning Development Standards, aligned with child assessment and class. We created a guidance team comprised of leaders throughout the parish that has assisted us throughout the process and will continue to assist as advisors to our program. We have included some quality instructors and coaches. Our coaches have already developed relationships within the early childhood centers as part of the process of implementation of Act 3. University of Florida will facilitate a coaching certification aligned with their coursework. These coaches will support the face-to-face instruction the candidates will receive. Our instructors will have training through the University of Florida that is aligned with their curriculum and the online learning system and a minimum of a master's degree. Our candidates will participate in 8 online courses within 5 11-week term, a 13-month program completion. This includes online and face-to-face instruction, coaching support, and applied practice experiences. At the end of this experience, children will have access to teachers who are prepared, professional educators, and are provided the opportunity for quality education. Any questions?
Thank you. Do we have any questions from board members? Thank you.
May I make one comment?
Certainly.
I recognize it's a start to the day and we're just getting started, so I won't be long, but I want to say what an extraordinary thing this is, which is we now have institutionalized a system where our universities and nonprofits, community colleges are training not just pre-K teachers, but Head Start and child care teachers all as one. We are really professionalizing child care, and that is an incredible thing. It doesn't make the headlines, but what a step forward, and I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this process. It sounds obvious, but it's a heck of a lot harder to do than it sounds, and I want to thank you for what you do.
Thank you. Is there any objection to the motion? Hearing none, the motion carries. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 108, item 4.1, consideration of a records review regarding the issuance of Louisiana teaching certificate appropriate to the credentials of Miss Willie Hill Washington. We'll need a recommendation to grant, deny, or defer.
Recommendation to grant.
We have a motion from Mr. Davis and a second by Ms. Bophy to grant. Any Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Willie Washington. I've been in the educational system for 17 years. Started out as a teacher, went to a parent liaison, where I was an advocate for the parent, and now I'm a social worker. I've been a social worker for the last 5 years. A lot of my life has been surrounded around helping kids and parents be productive citizens so that they can be a part of Louisiana in the workforce and helping them be better students in the school system. I am praying that you guys will grant me the honor to continue my work with EBR.
Okay. Any questions from board members? Hearing none, any objection to the motion? Motion carries. Next item, please. Thank you. Congratulations.
Your next item is on page 137, item 4.2, consideration of a records review regarding the issuance of a Louisiana teaching certificate appropriate to the credentials of Ms. Alyssa Marie Ferreira. We need a recommendation to grant, deny, or defer.
There I have a motion. Ms. Edmondson. Ms. Edmondson moves to grant. Do we have a second? Ms. Holloway seconds. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Alyssa Ferreira, and I am a second-year preschool teacher with Andrew Wilson Charter School in New Orleans. Most of my life, in various degrees, has been surrounded by community service. And a number of years ago, I chose to return to school at a rather more advanced stage than most students. And even my schooling experience was filled with service opportunities. I served on my Teacher Honor Society, and we raised money for schools, for libraries, and teachers would often come to us with students that had a particular need, and we would serve those families. Since I graduated, one of my focuses as a pre-K teacher has been to teach my children to be productive members not only of the classroom but of their community, and to rise above their circumstances. Many of my children come from very rough backgrounds, and
I've taught them, I feel, to be better citizens of their community and to be responsible for and take care of each other. And that is something that is my greatest hope to continue.
Thank you. Any questions, board members? Any objection to the motion? Hearing none, motion passes. Congratulations.
Your next item is on page 164. Item 4.3, consideration of a records review regarding the issuance of a Louisiana teaching certificate appropriate to the credentials of Ms. Chantel Young. We need a recommendation to grant, deny, or defer.
I'll move to grant.
We have a motion to grant. Do we have a second? Motion is by Mr. Davis. Do we have a second? Ms. Lewis seconds the motion. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Chantel Young. I am here to ask for consideration of my teaching certification. I have my undergrad in theater with a minor in speech communications, and I just want to help kids. I'm very passionate about the performing arts, and I just want to bring my experience into the classroom and to teach kids about the performing arts.
Thank you. Any questions, board members? Any objection to the motion? Hearing none, motion passes. Congratulations.
Your next item is on page 190. Item 4.4, consideration of a records review regarding the issuance of a Louisiana teaching certificate appropriate to the credentials of Ms. Stephanie Breland Dean. We need a recommendation to grant, deny, or defer.
May I have a motion?
Motion to grant.
Yeah. All right, we have a motion by Mr. Davis, a second by Ms. Bothy to grant. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. My name is Stephanie Dean, and I have a bachelor's degree in math education, and I have a master's degree in professional counseling. I've been working as a youth counselor for over a year now, and I live in an impoverished town with a lot of at-risk youth. I feel like part of the job that I've been given is to help the youth in our high school to succeed. Some of them who maybe feel like they don't have any hope and they feel overwhelmed because of the poverty in our town. And I would like the opportunity to try and turn our school around and help our town realize that there is hope. I also feel like I'm uniquely qualified because of my background to help these children.
Any questions, board members? I have to do a little probing here, and I'll tell you why. Whenever we consider these type of things, I always look at what the offenses were related, and some warning bells that go off with me are two things: weapons and drugs, and I see both of those issues in here. So if we err, I almost feel as if we have to err on the side of the student. It's hard for me to vote that. So the question I have, your probation ended how long ago?
2013.
2013. Okay. And when did the offense occur? I know I've got all this in front of me.
2001.
2001. Okay. Any other questions by any board members? Okay. Do we have objection to the motion? I'm going to vote. Okay. Go ahead.
Where do you work again?
I work at Bogalusa High School, and I'm also a youth counselor, and I'm about to get my license as a professional counselor as well. Even my probation officer recommended that I file for a presidential pardon, which I haven't done that, but I have filed for a governor's pardon, which would grant my state rights back. And they have an automatic first-time offenders pardon. They said it takes about a year, so I have about 8 or 9 more months before that is granted. But I have a clear record since 2001.
I see that you have a good many letters of recommendation.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for that information.
Thank you.
Any other board members have a question? Tell me a little bit about the weapon. That's what's got me home.
Well, it was a kind of a setup charge, and they wouldn't drop it. It was unloaded, it was packed away.
What kind of weapon was it?
It was a revolver. The confidential informant who was wired up, he came to my house and asked me to show it to him. And I didn't know any better, I did. But it was packed away, and it was unloaded, and I had never used it.
Okay. Any other questions? Any objection to the motion? I vote nay. Motion carries. Thank you. Congratulations.
That concludes your agenda.